So, before I ever made $10,000 a month online, I was an idiot. Matter of fact, I probably still am. That being said, I want to share the paradigm reframe, the mindset shift that I had that actually allowed me to go from literally not making any money to making $10,000 a month without changing anything. Like, whatever you're doing right now, you could keep doing that. Within the next month, you can make over $10,000. Like, I promise you, this reframe is so powerful, okay? And so, the reason why most people don't make $10,000 or put it, insert whatever number you're trying to make, right, is because of one thing and one thing only. It's your mindset. It's not your offer, your niche, your service. It's none of those things. Okay, because matter of fact, you're probably copying something that somebody else has used to make $100,000, if not more, okay? And so the problem is always, and I mean almost always, the mindset of the person. It is your own beliefs, right? Like, I've worked with people and I asked them, why don't you charge $5,000 for this? They're like, I just don't think it's worth that. I was like, why? Well, I'm just not sure if I could, like, deliver this result, and, like, I believe that these realtors won't be able to afford $5K, and it's all limiting beliefs. It's all things that they put on their own brain. Now, granted, you have to, like, do this is an action step right now. You have to reflect on yourself and truly ask yourself, what beliefs are stopping me from making money? And granted, it'll likely be the ones you don't want to address. It'll likely be the ones that hurt your soul a bit because it holds you accountable. It makes you at fault. It'll likely be those. Okay? And the funny thing is, Hormozi said this, we question all those beliefs except those of which we truly believe. And those we neglect and we do not question. And so I encourage you to make sure you question all of your beliefs, especially the ones that you hurt, that hurt the most, and the ones that you're not wanting to question, because those are most likely the ones that are stopping you from making money. Okay? And so to expand and to go a bit deeper and to share a bit more points on this, most people don't make money, or a lot of money, because they are their own biggest bottleneck. And by that, I don't mean their actions. It's typically their mindset. When it comes to, this is the most prominent on sales calls, right? People will have the mindset of, oh, I'm not good at sales. Oh, I'm just a little kid. I don't know what I'm doing, and this prospect is God Almighty, and therefore I can't confront him. One of the agencies I started with, one of my business partners, Anthony, just about 2 months ago, when I met him, he was trying to run ads to a free ebook lead magnet to get business owners who weren't yet in business so he could make them a website. I couldn't think of a worse business model in a worse niche. Like, nothing was good about that. And he'd been doing this for many, many months on end. We ended up partnering up. We decided, screw that. We're going to go into an entirely different niche. We went into e-com. And I believe about 50 days later, we collected $16,000 in cash. And that $16,000 really came in the last half of that. The first 20, 30 days were just kind of messing about, and then we started collecting a bunch of cash. Now, I can tell you firsthand, as someone who ran this agency and is currently still running this agency, the biggest difference, and Anthony was one taking the sales calls, that we had in our agency was me saying to Anthony, you're a fucking G. You are a motherfucking G. You are the top G on these calls. These people are hopping on your calls because they're so stupid, they're so broke, they're so idiotic, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They need your help. And so when you get on that call, I want you to act like that. I want you to act like the G that you are. Okay? Because I know that you're a G. I know you can deliver results. I know that you're the fucking man. And so I want you to start acting like it. Because right now you're acting like a little bitch boy on calls. You're letting people bitch you around. You're letting people ask if they can get a discount. You're letting people try and dictate how the call goes. Right? You're sitting there sucking up to the prospect trying to overqualify. I want you to qualify them. I want you to get them off the call. I don't want you to tell them why they're not ready. Okay? And I kid you not. The second that Anthony said, you know what? I'll even pull up our Stripe account just to show you this. Okay? Because the second Anthony started doing this, all right, here, look at this. Past 4 weeks. Can you see this? Okay, you can't even see this. Whatever. All right? Past 4 weeks, like as of right now, past 4 weeks, we've collected just over $13,000. And like the only difference between before we started working together, the first month and now was, when we started working together, we changed the whole business. But in the first month of making no money, the second month collecting a bunch of cash, was just his mindset on the calls. We didn't book any more or less calls. We didn't change the offer. We didn't change the deliverables. We didn't change a single thing. All we did is I just said to Anthony, I want you to start being a G on these calls. I want you to hop up, right? Lay back, relaxed, right? Just not give a fuck. If someone says no, but all right, you're lost, sucks to be you, okay? I want you to start disqualifying people. Ask people why not. Like, and I gave him some questions he could ask, but the biggest thing was reframing his mind so that he knew he was a G. Okay? That's it. Like, that was the biggest thing. And the second he knew he was a G on these sales calls, everyone else could feel it. Everyone could feel that aura. And I know this is such a stupid word that TikTok kids have ruined. Apparently, that's what someone told me the other day when I said this. But that word means more than just some stupid TikTok thing, and people can feel your aura. Right? Everyone's got an aura to them. And so if you hop on the call and they can smell you're quivering and you're shy, like that'll be an aura you give off, and that won't help you. All right? And so if you want people to buy from you, you have to give off an aura of complete and utter dominance and assertiveness and confidence, right? These masculine traits. And that's what will make people buy. Why? Here's a lesson for you. Sales is merely just getting someone to make a decision. And if you want someone to make a decision, you want them to be certain. And how can they be certain if you're sitting there mumbling and being shy and you know being a little bit, scared? How are they supposed to have belief in you to get them results when you don't even sound like you can get them results? Okay? And so probably one of the biggest things, if not the biggest things in sales, is just like your confidence. Your conviction in what you do. Because if you want someone to make a decision, and especially make a decision to work with you, they have to look at you and go, I believe in this guy. Because that's essentially what they're buying, is they're buying you. Right? They're buying into you and your words and your promises. And if your words carry no weight, they can sense that and they probably won't buy. All right? So if you're not making money, pay me. I'm just kidding. Most of you wouldn't even qualify to work with me. Okay? It's that same kind of energy. On my sales calls, I'm literally to tell people, I don't think you should work with me. It's hilarious. I once even told a guy, hey man, I'm going to have to think about if I want to work with you. And he was like begging to work with me. And it was true, I really did want to think about it to see if I could get him results. But yeah, just figured that was a fun little thing I'd share. Point is, you need to change your mindset. And like, I know this sounds cliche and stupid, but it's hard to do it alone. You need someone with an outside perspective. It doesn't have to be me. It most likely won't be me. Okay, but you need someone. Okay, some coach, some mentor, some group, some person to shatter your limiting beliefs and install a bunch of certainty and confidence in you. All right. So I hope that you took something from this that you can now apply. And I know that this isn't sexy. I know this isn't like, oh, write this offer this way and create this Facebook ad, but this is the bread and butter. This is what most people are missing, right? The agencies that I'm partnering up with now, right, that I'm getting a percentage in, that I'm working with, the biggest problem isn't their team. It isn't their delivery. It isn't their offer. It's the mindset of the person running the company, right? And I know it's bullshit. Everyone talks about mindset, woo-woo this, woo-woo that. It really is some of the biggest constraints for most people because they are their company and their mind is their biggest bottleneck. So, don't subscribe. Just watch more videos if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.